HCN Evening News Bulletin with me, Clinton D'Souza, and here are the top stories. Today, once again, St.Inez Creek issue is back in the headlines. The entire St.Inez Creek is polluted. The water is contaminated. The flow of the water is stopped, and the well of the vessel and the sewage release in this creek has increased. This has resulted in the water entering the fields and destroying the fields. The human habitat is also disturbed due to this issue. We spoke today with Xavier Almeida, the President of the Taleigao Farmers Club, who highlighted the issues faced by the locals and especially the farmers. Here's more.
Look at these visuals. See how this creek water is completely polluted. The water color, waste and garbage floating says it all. Today there are several homes and residential complexes adjacent to this creek stretch who are all affected by this creek as it is polluted. Even the nearby farmers are crying as they cannot cultivate their crops as this dirty, contaminated water has entered their fields and affected their fields. We got in touch with the Taleigao Farmers Forum President, Xavier Almeida, who spoke on this issue. Watch.
It has always been into the headlines with regards to it's not been clean, the water is stagnant there only. How it has affected the farmers, especially of this area, and also what you have to say on this St.Inez Creek.
The creek जावन आसा आटरी तालिगांव विलेज एंड पणजे सिटीची. आटरी म्हणजे मेन आख्या गांवचें उदक शेतांतलें उदक सगळें फ्लो जाता आनी ओल्ड GMC कडेन सावन तें मागीर दर्याक वयता. ओके, आनी ही आतां क्रीक हो जॉब पेंडींग आसल्यार आतां सुमार 30 वर्सां जालीं. आमी 2005 सावन डिफरंट गव्हर्मेंट एजन्सीज आमी एप्रोच केले तेंकां. बाबा हो जॉब करपाक जावो, सारको इम्पॉर्टंट आसा. उदक वचना आनी उदक फ्लो जायना जावन शेतां बुडटा सगळीं, कल्टिवेशन करूंक जायना. ओके, उदक कित्याक वचना? पयले सुवातेर सिल्ट इतली जाल्या, 6 फूट सुमार सिल्ट जाल्या हितून सगळ्या जाग्यांचेर. हाजें डिसिल्टींग करूंक जाय. रिटेनिंग वॉल्स आसा ते रबल स्टोनान बांदूंक जाय. कॉन्क्रिटायझेशन न्हू, रबल स्टोन. रबल स्टोन इज इको फ्रेंडली. ओके, मरीन लायफ आनी आमचे दुसरे स्पिसीज आसता ते सर्वायव जाता रबल स्टोनान. सिवेज आउटलेट्स सेवरल प्लेसीस सोडलेले आसा क्रिकान, त्यो सील करूंक जाय. हाव डू इट्स नॉट सम रॉकेट सायन्स. करूं येता, व्हील आसूंक जाय करपाक. तें बंद केलें. मागीर जावं जाल्यार ओशनोग्राफी सायंटिस्टांचो एडवायस घेवन, कित्याक हाका टायडल फ्लो कनेक्शन आहा, तो स्लोपींग ब्लोपींग सारकें पळोवन तेंचो एडवायस घेवं येता. आनी त्या उपरांत उदक फास्ट धांवतलें. तुका सांगचें म्हणल्यार आमी ल्हान आसतना भुरगेपणार शेतांतलें उदक वयतून एंड ऑफ ऑक्टोबर सारकें सुकतालें आनी वेजिटेबल कल्टिवेशन करून तेन्ना लोक सारको फूल स्विंग काम करतालो. फॉर म्हणल्यार आतां बिल्डर पळय, बिल्डर आतां हिंगासर बिल्डिंगां बांदता आनी तेजे एडवर्टिजमेंटाचेर ते घालता फिल्ड व्यू फ्लॅट्स फॉर सेल. म्हाका दिसता तेणी आतां क्रीक व्यू फॉर द ब्युटिफूल फ्लॅट्स म्हणून घालूंक जाय. फॉर म्हणल्यार बिल्डरांनी सगळ्यांनी एकठांय जावन गोवोरमेंटाक हेल्प करून आपणाचें कॉन्ट्रिब्युशन घालून ही रिजनोवेशन ऑफ द क्रीक सारकी अर्जंटली करूंक जाय. कितलीं वर्सां जालीं गोवोरमेंटान थोडे सँक्शन फंड्स येयलेले.
This water affecting the farmlands, the fields out there, because there are farmers who are crying, who cannot cultivate their fields, or some cannot cultivate, some are finding it difficult to cultivate. What do you have to say because of this water the farmers are getting affected?
उदक पळय, उदक ब्लॉक जालें म्हणटो, फ्लो जायना जालें म्हणटो सगळो रिवर्स फ्लो जाता शेतांनी. आनी आतां कितें जालां, पयलो पावस पडलो म्हणटो सगळे गेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्सीस आहा तेंचे सगळे सेप्टीक टँक, सोक पिट्स ओवरफ्लो जाता आनी सगळें पळय उदकाचें कलर पळय सगळो ब्लॅक जाला. हितून तूं उदक घाल्यार जे आत फरजतलें, हितून आत घालून जायत ना. वॉटर इज बॅडली कंटेमिनेटेड. ओके, रिवर्स फ्लो जाता आनी थिंगासर कल्टिवेट करूंक जायना. कसो लोक कल्टिवेट करतलो? काम करता आसतना पासून आत सगळे फरजता. सो हें चिंतून पळोवंक जाय. गोवोरमेंटान कितें निग्लेक्ट करूंक पाना. एनवायरमेंट निग्लेक्ट करूंकूच जायना. आनी एनवायरमेंट निग्लेक्ट केलो जाल्यार मागीर एक पावटीन व्हरलो धपको बसतलो. आतां पळय पेंडेमीक जाल्या, हेजी हितून जर्म्स आनी निक्रोप जावन एक आतेच तरेची पेंडेमीक उपरासन जाता. आनी भुरगीं ल्हान भुरगीं आमची सगळीं आतां किल्ले रेजिडेंट हा हे बॉर्डरीक रावता क्रिकाचे पणजे तांकां हें बरें न्हू हें फुडाराक बरें न्हू वेरी वेरी बॅड.
Herald has offered a helping hand to the family in Taleigao who has not received financial support from the government. This family was completely dependent on the Griha Aadhar scheme, wherein they didn't receive any financial support for the last 6 months. A day back, HCN had highlighted a story about a family from Taleigao who were complaining against the government Griha Aadhar policy. Sophia De Mello and her husband had said that in spite of applying and complaining for nearly 6 months, she had not received any amount through this scheme. Locals from Benaulim gathered at the Western Bypass site to thank the National Green Tribunal for paying heed into their innocent concern towards the environment and the villages and responded positively, forming a panel to study the matter. Earlier, Royala Fernandez, the complainant in this matter, had said that they are not against the Western Bypass. However, they want a balance between the environment and the development.
As per the order, a member of the State Environment Impact Assessment Authority, Goa State Biodiversity Board, District Magistrate South Goa, Principal Conservator of Forest, State Wetland Authorities, State Pollution Control Board, Goa Coastal Zone Management Authorities, Water Resource Department and the National Wetland Authority has been instructed to visit the sites and make a study as directed by the NGT. Now, this order, after it was passed, the Benaulkars came out and celebrated their victory. Watch to how the locals reacted to this order.
Yeah, I can congratulate the Benauli warriors and the parents for taking a bold move. And I would only say, like, under the constitution, there is a difference where there is a legislature, there is also a judiciary. And when any time you feel that the lawmakers are not listening, that you have a step where you can go and approach the authorities. So I can in fact remember that there was one more petition in the High Court, the Rainbow Warriors, where a similar petition was filed for the regional plan, in which the High Court also of Bombay, I congratulate, they had passed an order saying that low-lying fields, Kazan lands, no development will be permitted even if it falls in settlement zone. So we can see that our constitution protects the environment. In fact, Article 21 says right to life includes right to healthy environment, and this is what these children of Benauli are fighting for. In short, they want to protect the environment not only for us, for the future. That is the intergenerational equity. This was a principle read in Rio in 1992, wherein all over the world they decided that you should have a principle in which you save the environment not only for you but for the future generation. Now, I agree that development is required, but at what cost? So we see that development to some extent always overrides an environment. But today I am very thankful not only to these Benauli warriors but to the Honorable NGT for looking into these aspects, and I think henceforth all authorities will be serious as regards environmental issues. And therefore I thank the courts and I thank these people for coming to the courts, and I can only say that constitution values have been upheld. Article 21 will play a big role to save this environment in the future.
The residents of Holland on Friday requested the authorities to clear the trees that had been uprooted due to the cyclone, and also appealed to the authorities to clear the storm drains as the area was facing constant flooding, and also the water was entering into the houses, causing a lot of inconvenience.
Panch Nadita Dayal said that the trees and electricity poles had fallen off during the cyclone, and the Panch members, with the help of authorities including Navy, had cleared the trees off the roads so that the villagers could move out in cases of emergency. While the said trees cannot be taken away as they belong to the landlords and not the Panchayat. Watch to what she had to say.
The issue of the fallen trees in Holland arose on the 16th of May, the day of the cyclone. On that day, more than 25 trees and 13 electricity poles fell down and blocked the residents of Holland. The Panchayat undertook the responsibility of clearing the road with the help of the fire brigade, the electricity department, the Indian Navy, and a JCB was also organized to help speed up the process of clearing the road. The road was cleared, the entire road was cleared right up to the Holland beach, and also the one going through the village of Holland, and the entire area was clear for the people of Holland to exit the village in case of any emergency by the 17th of May. Now, those trees do not belong to the Panchayat. They are not the property of the Panchayat. Those trees are the property of the residents and the landowners So it is the responsibility of the residents of Holland and the landowners of Holland to clear the trees which are kept now on the side of the road.
The Lokayukta has sent a report to the Goa governor against a decision of Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant not to register an FIR against Kumarjua MLA Pandurang Madgaikar in the disproportionate asset cases.
In his special report sent on the 23rd of June under Section 16 sub by 3 of the Lokayukta Act, the Lokayukta, while seeking action, has deemed appropriate, has drawn the attention of the governor or that the Chief Minister had not given reasons or justification for not accepting the report of the Lokayukta, which had directed that the FIR be registered against Kumarjua MLA Pandurang Madgaikar on the basis of the complaint filed by Advocate Iris Rodriguez in the disproportionate asset cases.
All we have in today's HCN Evening News Bulletin. For more updates, please do follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Herald Goa, and also do subscribe to our YouTube channel at HCN Goa. Thank you and stay safe.